Greatness often arrives quietly, blooming from humble beginnings. Sometimes the most remarkable journeys start unnoticed, filled with silent battles and unseen triumphs. This is the story of David, a man whose dreams soared far beyond his circumstances. He began with little, facing hardship, but his spirit was unbreakable. David gazed at the night sky, dreaming of the stars even when his world seemed small. His journey proves that dreams can carry us over any obstacle. Potential is everywhere, in a curious mind, a determined heart. David's path was filled with challenges, but his passion guided him through darkness. No beginning is too small, no obstacle too great if the will is strong. His life is a testament to resilience and hope. With dedication and an open mind, the extraordinary can emerge from the ordinary. David's journey from a simple mop to a complex mission teaches us to look beyond the surface. It reminds us to believe in the unseen potential within ourselves and others. David grew up in the segregated South of the 1940s and 50s, where opportunities for African Americans were scarce. His family worked hard for little, enduring injustice with quiet dignity. Despite hardship, David's home was filled with love and encouragement. He was fascinated by science, gazing at the stars and dreaming of distant worlds. His school was small, resources limited, but his thirst for knowledge was boundless. He devoured every book he could find, learning math and physics on his own. The world told him his dreams were impossible, but he carried hope in his heart. David believed he would one day connect with the stars he loved. His passion for science burned steadily, even when the world tried to extinguish it. He refused to let his circumstances define his future. That inner fire would one day guide him to an unimaginable destiny. David's story is proof that hope can thrive even in the harshest conditions. Sometimes the brightest stars are born in the darkest skies. As a young man, David took a janitor job at NASA to support his family. For many, it was just cleaning floors. But for David, it was a front-row seat to history. He saw the mop and broom as tools that brought him closer to his dreams. Every day he worked among America's brightest minds, absorbing the energy of the space race. While cleaning, he listened to conversations about rockets and missions. He studied diagrams left on desks, learning from the environment around him. David understood this was a rare opportunity, even if he was on the periphery. He observed, absorbed, and learned, breathing in the ambition that filled the air. His humble job became a stepping stone to something greater. He held on to his dream, believing that even small roles could lead to big futures. David's presence at NASA was more than a job. It was the start of his journey to the stars. Sometimes being close to greatness is the first step to becoming part of it. He was ready for whatever opportunity might come next. David performed his janitorial duties with care, but he was also a silent student. He listened to engineers discuss complex problems, learning the language of space exploration. Words like orbital mechanics and propulsion became familiar. He watched chalkboards fill with equations, absorbing knowledge from every corner. After work, David studied old textbooks, teaching himself physics and engineering. His small room was filled with notes and sketches, each a step closer to understanding. He practiced calculations, solving problems he overheard during the day. The odds were against him, but his determination was relentless. Every concept he mastered was a victory. He was building a foundation, preparing for an opportunity he couldn't yet see. David's quest for knowledge was tireless, fueled by passion and perseverance. He proved that learning can happen anywhere, even in the quiet hours after a long day. Sometimes the best students are the ones no one notices. One evening, while cleaning a senior engineer's office, David's life changed. Mr. Harrison, the engineer, noticed David's notepad filled with complex calculations and rocket sketches. Intrigued, Mr. Harrison asked David about his notes. David, shy but honest, shared his passion for science and his late-night studies. Instead of dismissing him, Mr. Harrison listened and saw David's potential. He recognized a kindred spirit, someone driven by curiosity and determination. Mr. Harrison decided to help, mentoring David informally. He left articles for David, explained concepts, and encouraged him to keep learning. Most importantly, he suggested community college as a next step. Mr. Harrison's belief in David planted a seed of possibility. For the first time, David saw a path forward. A mentor's encouragement turned a distant dream into a real opportunity. Sometimes all it takes is one person to see your potential. David was ready to take the next leap. With Mr. Harrison's support, David enrolled in night classes at a local community college. His days were long, janitorial work at NASA, then classes, then hours of study. Exhaustion and financial struggles threatened to overwhelm him, but he pressed on. The dream of becoming an engineer fueled his determination. Mr. Harrison checked in, offering encouragement and guidance. David worked extra jobs to afford tuition and books. Years passed in this grueling routine, but he mastered subjects like calculus and mechanics. His hard work paid off with excellent grades. Finally, he graduated with an associate's degree in mechanical engineering. It was a triumph of dedication over adversity. David had taken a giant leap toward his dream. His journey proved that perseverance can turn the impossible into reality. He was ready for the next challenge. Armed with his degree and Mr. Harrison's recommendation, David applied for an engineering job at NASA. The hiring committee was impressed by his qualifications and his story of perseverance. David was offered the job, no longer a janitor, but an engineer. It was a moment of profound triumph. He joined a team working on critical components for space missions. His colleagues quickly recognized his sharp mind and unique perspective. David contributed to important projects, helping solve complex challenges. His years of observation and quiet study gave him insights others missed. He poured his heart into every task, never forgetting where he started. His journey from mopping floors to designing spacecraft was extraordinary. David had reached for the stars and touched them. His dream, once distant, was now a stunning reality. He was a NASA engineer. David's success never changed his humble nature. He became a mentor to young interns and new engineers at NASA. Sharing his story, he inspired others to overcome obstacles and pursue their dreams. He especially encouraged young African American students to see themselves in science and engineering. David became a powerful role model, a symbol of hope and determination. His journey challenged assumptions about who could contribute to great achievements. He proved that beginnings do not dictate endings. David's impact went beyond engineering. He changed NASA's culture. He fostered appreciation for every team member, regardless of their role. His legacy was not just in missions, but in the lives he touched. David inspired a generation to believe in the power of dreams. He showed that talent can be found in the most unexpected places. His story ignited hope throughout the organization. David's journey from janitor to NASA engineer is more than inspiring. It's a lesson for us all. It shows the power of a single, determined dream. Where you start doesn't have to be where you finish. David saw every job as an opportunity to learn and grow. Any role, no matter how humble, can be a stepping stone. His story encourages us to hold on to our dreams, nurture them with hard work, and seek out mentors. Challenges and doubts will come, but they are tests of resolve. Let David's story be a beacon for your own aspirations. Never let anyone tell you your dreams are too ambitious. The sky is vast, full of stars. Your potential is just as limitless. Dream big, work hard, and never give up. Your destiny is waiting to be written by you. Reach for your own stars.